Hi guys, Eman here of GadgetPilipinas.net, and this is the Honor 90, the upcoming addition to the brand's lineup of premium mid-range smartphones in the Philippines. If you've seen the teasers, you'd already know that the brand is set to launch this phone in the Philippines very soon. Before that though, allow me to share you the things that I like so far, and the things that I'm not a fan of, or things that hopefully can be improved on this device. Let's start with the things that I like about the Honor 90. First off is the design. This phone, especially in this diamond silver color, looks elegant and stunning. I mean, sure, it's still mostly plastic, and they could have done a bit more to veer away from the looks of the Honor 70, but I guess why fix a wheel that's not broken, right? The Honor 90 is slightly taller, slightly wider, and slightly thinner than the Honor 70. There are also some subtle changes, like the shape of the camera modules, which were sort of rotated 90 degrees to look more like an oblong, and this half-smooth and half-textured rear panel, which goes well with the color. Next is the display. It's one of the best displays I've seen on a mid-range phone this year. You get a slightly larger 6.7-inch AMOLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate and a peak brightness of 1600 nits. As expected from an AMOLED panel, you get deep blacks and rich colors, and with HDR10 Plus support, the detail, extra contrast, and brightness on compatible content is very noticeable. A feature that's mostly overlooked, Honor 90 boasts 3840Hz PWM Dimming, the highest in any smartphone to date. This means that the flickering that happens when pixels are turned on and off to adjust brightness happens so fast that it's no longer noticeable by the human eye. This means you're less likely to get eye strain, headaches, or eye pain, even if you use this phone in complete darkness. Then there's the gaming performance. The Honor 90 houses a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 Accelerated Edition along with up to 12 gigs of RAM. I still have to test more games, but so far, Honkai Star Rail runs very well on the medium preset, and Real Racing 3 also runs smooth as butter on its default settings. We'll have more in-depth benchmarks for the full review, in which we'll also check other aspects of the device, such as thermal performance, so stay tuned. Onto the cameras, it's still the same configuration as the Honor 70, but the 54-megapixel main sensor has been replaced by a 200-megapixel unit. The ultra-wide camera also got downgraded to 12-megapixel, and the 2-megapixel depth sensor remains unchanged. We'll save the full verdict for the full review. But so far, sample photos I've taken in the default shooting mode show excellent levels of detail and good dynamic range. Despite the lack of OIS, videos also show decent stability even with constant movement. This one was shot at 4K 30fps. Now, let's move on to the bits that I'm not so much a fan of and hopefully some can be improved. One is that colors are a bit inconsistent with the main and ultra-wide cameras, with the latter showing more punchiness. Honor 90 runs macOS 7.1 on top of Android 13, and while the UI runs smooth and snappy, the camera app, on the other hand, doesn't allow you to quickly switch the resolution or frame rate from the default view, and instead forces you to tap on settings and go through a separate menu. Then there's the lack of waterproofing, which, if present, can give users that extra peace of mind when using their device through daily commute or on vacation, especially now that we're on the rainy season. I still must test the Honor 90's 5000 mAh battery and 66-watt charging, but apart from the things I've mentioned, this is looking like a very compelling and well-rounded device, if priced properly of course. That, we'll find out during its official launch this August 15. So that was our first impressions of the Honor 90. We have a lot of upcoming content for this phone, so keep yourself tuned to Gadget Pilipinas and don't forget to follow or subscribe to our social media pages. Once again, this is Eman. Thank you for watching.